What was I doing? But it looked good. Hey y'all, welcome back to Wind Down with Lee. I am Lee. Thank y'all for clicking on my video. We're gonna jump into this quick makeup tutorial that I did right before I was getting ready to go to work, and baby, I'm telling you, I don't know how it turned out like this, but it did. So first and foremost, if you have not already caught my signature makeup look, I suggest you go back and look at that video, because in this video I was in such a rush. I did not show you all of the products, but I know what I used, so I'm going to tell you. Okay, this is the M.A.C Yummy Skin Universal Primer. I love this primer. I use it pretty much every day. Get y'all some if you don't have you some already. I'm going in with my foundation. Now my foundation is a matte foundation. It is the MAC All Over Face Pen in the shade NW55. I really have been loving this, and let me tell you why. It is because, one, it's matte. If you know me, I love a matte look. Number two, it is the perfect shade for the look that I go for, okay? And then three, you always see me applying it on, well, three, you see where I apply it, right? The perimeter of my face, because if you're like me and you have hyperpigmentation, then typically your skin is 2 shades or 3 or 4, whatever you want to claim. But I know mine is definitely 2 different shades. The center is lighter than the outer portion. So that's the way I put on my makeup. Then I'm going to go in with my MAC Studio Fix NW51 concealer. Pretty much running out because I use it every morning. It is the perfect shade for work, not too light. Then I'm going in with the e.l.f. blush. I'll show you how I blend it out a little bit later, but I want to try something different besides my normal blush that I always use, which is Grateful from Rare Beauty. I want to try orange, y'all. Then I do my brows. I do my brows because I'm going to use the same concealer under my eyes and over my eyes. So I like to blend it all in at once with my beauty blender. So I figure, why not go ahead and draw my brows on with my brow pencil. And the brow pencil that I'm using is the Precisely My Brow, and I do use the shade 4.5 because I don't like it too dark. What I do is I draw my brows on and I let my concealer dry down so I can get more coverage, and then while I'm doing that, I go ahead and, you know, carve out my brows to give me that snatch, define, fine look that everyone loves. And then I go back in and I blend it all together using my beauty blender. Well, it's not a beauty blender because it's an e.l.f. sponge. You know, it's not the official beauty blender, okay? Because we're not paying $20 for a sponge around here. Now, the brush that I'm using to do my brows right here is none other than my Morphe R44 brush. It has a spoolie and it has the angle on it because I like to use an angle brush over just a straight brush carving out my brows. This is none other than the RT402, Real Techniques 402. You can use it pretty much for everything. You can use it for powder, you can use it for creams, you can use it for whatever you want to use it for. It is universal. And that's one of the things that I do like about Real Techniques brushes, which is why I would recommend using their brushes or buying their brushes for beginners, because their brushes are so universal, using them for creams and or powders and in different areas, because you don't have to use them for what they are, but they say on them, which they don't really say to use them in the areas that you need to, whatever. So you see me using it here, and I use it under my eye, I use it on my forehead, I use it on my eyelids, everywhere. I do go in with, like I said, my sponge, my e.l.f. sponge, to clean it all up and make it look all pretty, okay? Now the brush that you're gonna see me use on my blush is the Real Techniques 200 brush, and that's because it's really dense and I want my blush to stay in place right there where it is. And I love that brush for that reason. I also use it on my contour. I kind of switch it out depending on, you know, what it is, but I have multiple of those brushes, so it just depends. And then of course, I'm backwards as all get up and get out. I chose to do the top of my brows after I blended everything out. I don't know why. Baby, I kept looking at that clock like it was gonna jump out and just smack me on the face and say, we gotta go. But this is what I did, because I went back in and I carved out the top of my brows, and then I went ahead and blended it with that same 402 brush, because you know why? Brushes are universal, honey. We use them for what we need them for. And y'all see that big old line of demarcation where I put my concealer and I put my foundation? Yeah, we're gonna touch that. And what I want you to touch it with, if you have that same demarcation line, go ahead and touch that with your foundation brush. Go back in and use your foundation brush to go right over where that line ends and your concealer begins. You know, just kind of tab that up and make sure, you know, we don't have no harsh lines because that's ugly. Now, I'm going to set my under eye. But before I set my under eye, I do go back and I blend it out. I know you didn't see that part, but I'm telling you that's what I do. Okay, and I'm using my Laura Mercier translucent medium deep powder to set with that same sponge that you saw me blend my concealer out with. And it is still damp. Make sure you use the same damp sponge. Don't let it dry out. And you just pushing the product in. And I do it this way because, see, clearly I can do it all over my eye, all over everywhere I just put my concealer. So like it makes it that much more easier. And then I'm using that same dome brush, that same RT200 to put on my powder blush, orange, right on top. Big mistake right here, but I did it. So I have to own up to it. And I will tell you where I should have fixed that, okay? And then I'm just using a duo-ended brush to blend it out. I got that from Walmart. LA Colors. That's the name of it, LA Colors. And I'm just going over some areas, blending it out, making sure it all looks, you know, seamless, no harsh lines. Everything is everything. And then my backwards ASS goes back in and I blend out the harsh lines on my brows. Because when I was doing brows, it just didn't make sense for me to do that part of my brows, I guess. I don't know. And then I'm just cleaning it up because I feel like that line was not crisp enough for me. Now, what you see me doing is going back in with my contour powder. I didn't put on cream contour, but I am going to put on contour powder. I like to use a fluffy angle brush because it goes on so airy and light right in the halls of my cheekbones and those areas just perfectly. And I'm gonna use this same brush because if you look at my signature makeup look, I have multiple colors in this palette. And I go back in, I take a lighter color and I just go a little bit lower where I put the darker color and I put the lighter color. So I give myself like a gradient. It goes from darker to lighter to concealer if you're looking at my forehead. Same on my cheeks. If you go from darker to a lighter shade of bronzer to supposedly my blush, which is why I said I did that backwards, because I should have waited to put on my blush until after I put on my lighter shade of bronzer. Y'all know I'm gonna snatch them cheeks because I'm gonna pretend like I did a whole full face, even though I did not do a whole full face because I did not put on cream contour, nor did I snatch my nose, but it's all good. We're gonna fake it until we make it, right? I hope you will. I hope you will, because like I said, this look still came out looking flawless. I still don't know how, but your girl was moving and she did it. And I'm using my big fluffy brush. I love this brush. This brush is by Sigma. It is the F28 and it is a powder and bronzer brush. I use this with my Sephora Micro Smooth and I just put it all over my face. Baby, all over my face. Everywhere. Everywhere. If you have a powder that is the same shade as you, this is what you would use it for. Now, you see your girl going in backwards and then I decided to change the color. Yeah, I went ahead and went in with that red. So right now I'm using my Patrick Ta She's Wanted. That's what I'm using right here because I just want to change it because that orange just wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't giving me what I wanted. And then to go ahead and make it seamless, I did go back in with my powder brush. And now you see me going in because I apparently didn't know I wanted to finish my eyes last. I'm going in with my NYX Control Freak because apparently I want to do that last and go ahead and set my brows because I couldn't have possibly done this in the beginning when I first started because I'm me and I make mistakes too. And I just want you guys to see that, you know, that makeup really has no order as long as you get it done. Like, honestly, that's what this all is about. You can do your steps out of order. It is perfectly fine as long as you achieve the look. Now, I'm going in with my M.A.C Kohl Kajal pencil. I love this pencil. I just recently acquired this pencil. And what I'm doing is I'm tight lining the under part of my top lid. Normally you see people do this on the bottom lid, but I decided to do it on the top lid because I wanted my mascara to just be that much more intense because I'm not doing any eye color. At least I don't think I am. Maybe I'm lying. I don't know. We'll see as the video continues forward. But I just wanted to tight line my eye. I am going to do the bottom portion as well, but this is the reason why I decided to do the top part, because I want to make sure my eyes are seen. If you looked at my makeup steps video, I did this same exact thing in that video as well, because when I want to do that feline eye, baby, I want it intense. And by the way, the name of this Kohl Kajal pencil is called Feline. What you see me using here is a mascara primer. If you have never used a mascara primer, baby, I just started using this recently and I'm hooked. That bottom mascara, I'm using the Lash Discovery. It's a mini brush mascara because I don't know if you like me, I'm always hitting the bottom of my face. So you see how small those bristles are on that mini brush? I don't have to worry about hitting the bottom part of my face. Grab this. I got this. This is by Maybelline. And you can get this at your local drugstore, and it works flawlessly with the primer. Then when I get to my top lashes, of course, I should have curled my lashes because I am not using any type of extensions or lash strips. But yeah, get this mascara. This is the Sky-high Maybelline primer, okay? It is in the white container. It is the tinted primer, and it is in the shade black, basically. And then you see me putting on my Falsies Lash Lift. This is also by Maybelline. Are you seeing a trend? Maybelline, Maybelline, Maybelline. I am too, okay? And then I do go in with another, okay? My third mascara is by M.A.C. So I knew you thought I was going to say Maybelline, but no. It is by M.A.C. and is the M.A.C Magic Extension. Reason that I like the falsies is because it gives me fullness. Now I like the lash extensions is because it adds like little hairs to the very tips of my lashes. And then I go in with my Ofra. Now this is also out of order because I know y'all didn't see me set my face, right? And I always tell y'all to make sure you set your face before you put on any type of bronzer, which is what I should have done. My mascara is waterproof. You can go ahead and set your face with your mascara on, because sometimes, you know, when you set your face, your mascara will run onto your face. So be precautious about that. But it's still pretty. Like that Ofra is gorgeous. And if you don't know what it looks like, go and check out that previous video because I show you. All in all though, the look came out spicy. Like it looks so good. And if you want to know, because I did not show you, I think I just went into whatever godforsaken thing I did and I just left. But I did end up setting my makeup. I set it with the Maybelline Lasting Fix Matte Setting Spray. And then I came back on and did my lips, which I am using the Juvia's Places Wine Lip Liner. And then I went in with my MAC Lip Color Nude. Very pretty. Look was giving. I will say so myself. I shocked myself, honestly, to know that I was rushing. I did this, even with recording it, 29 minutes. So I was moving, y'all. But it looked nice. Tell me your thoughts. Drop your comments. Let me know what you think. And I will see y'all in the next one. What's she still posing for? What are you doing, girl? Girl, stop. Ooh, she's so cute, though. It's giving. Very natural, very nude, very work appropriate. And I like it.